I'm Punsara UOB registration number 2010-866. My video presentation of customer service questionnaire application for insurance company using RMI distributed applications in Java. In this application, I have used client-server architecture. This is the client side of my application and this is the server side of my application. I have used a common service which contains all the common resources which are used by both client side and server side. So firstly, let's go back to the code description. So in here, uh, in this application, I have used several object-oriented concepts and design patterns. And so firstly, let's take this class an example. So in here, this is the client startup class. So this is the main class which for the client side application. So in here, I have extended this application class. It is a JavaFX predefined class, and so using this, I have inherited the application class all the features to this class. So in here, I have used inheritance object oriented concept. So we can see that launch method. So there is no launch method in my class. So this launch method is implicitly inherited from the application class. So let's move on to the next object oriented concept. Let's go to the DTOs, data transfer objects of my application. So in here I have defined private variables. Instead of that, I have provided the relevant getters and setters to manipulate those variables. So by defining private variables, nobody can directly manipulate or access these variables outside of this class. So so in here I have used encapsulation object oriented concept. So let's go back to the next object oriented concept. So in here, this is the admin dashboard service. It is an interface. So I have declared different methods, and these methods are abstract methods. So from the client side, we call these methods. So from in here, I have used abstraction object-oriented concept. Abstraction is a implementation hiding technique. So in here, I only provided the uh, abstract methods. So from the client side, we do not know the implementation. So implementation is hidden from the client. And when we go to the server side, in the server side, I have created a class called admin dashboard service IMPL, and I have implemented that class from that interface, and all the abstract methods which I have declared in that interface is overridden, and the implementation is done here. So implementation is hidden from the user. So in here I have used abstraction object oriented concept. So let's go on to the next concept. It is interoperability. So in this very class, I have used interoperability. So I have defined I have in this application, I have connect with the remote web API. It is QuickChart IO. So it is used to create different charts. So this is the URL for that. So in this method, I have interact with that object remote API. So I have to create in a new URL and set the post method and use agent and content type also. So I will get the connection dot output stream and I will flash and close that. So I will get the response content and get the JSON object. So it includes something brackets. So the I will split those unwanted parts and I will get the report URL. So I will create a new URL and I will create a new byte array output stream, and I will read the image IO and read and write, and I will flash the byte array output stream, and finally I will base64 encode a dot encode. I will encode that to base64, and I will provide the finally byte array. So this is how I have interact with the remote web API. So it is interoperability. So let's move on to the next concept I have used. I have used virtual identity. So so for virtual identity, I have used cookies. So this is the class which I have used to manage cookies in the client side. So in here I have defined a private static attribute of this very class, and I have defined a cookie DTO attribute, and I have defined a private constructor of this class. So by defining private, nobody can create new objects of this class from outside of this class. So instead I have given a get instance method. So in here I will check whether it is this variable is null. So if it is null, only I have create an object, otherwise I will provide the currently existing object. So in here I have used singleton design pattern. uh, so I have defined several methods to add and get cookie and check this validation and log out user. So I will go to the server side cookie management. So this is the class which I have used. So in here same singleton object singleton design pattern is used, and I have created a cookie map to map all the cookies, and uh, there are is valid cookie method and destroy cookie method, and in the destroy cookie method it will remove the key from the map, and the generate cookie method it will generate a particular cookie using the given key. Basically given key is the username, and it will put the cookie, and it will return the cookie DTO. So finally, event driven programming. In here in this class we can see that mouse event, when mouse event is triggered, I have did this process. So this is a scale transition animation, and I have from a mouse event another mouse event, I have to load in some content. So in here I have used event driven programming also. So let's as the server side is currently started and running successfully, let's start the client side. So in this application there are two main user roles. One is customer and the other is admin. Firstly, let's log in as a customer. So customer will be redirected to the customer portal, and he can select a particular service, and he will redirect the questionnaire application. So he can select answering. So customers progress will be indicating here. So he can continue answering. So he will be provided 10 questions. The last one will be a text input based question. So after that the customers part is done. So let's log out and again log in as an admin. So after successful login, admin will be redirected to admin dashboard. So in here total number of customer surveys for the particular day will be showed, and the positive feedbacks and neutral and negative feedbacks percentage will be indicating here, and admin can give a brief idea by looking at these charts. I have used quick chart API to generate these charts. So in the manage customer form, admin can add new customer and he can view all the current existing customers, and he can update a particular customer and delete a particular customer.